right here.
I'll leave that.
Yeah. We use it if we need it.
And a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, baby.
Let's go.
We are back.
It's been too. I feel like I say this every time. It's been too long because it's just so long in between, man.
It's been a long time. My name is Raymond Rivera, aka Ray Rock, aka Skillfully Cut, aka Mr. Readwell Apparel, aka Mr. Abyss, aka all the above, and co-host.
My name is Jose Gonzalez, aka Gonzo, aka Jose the Mighty, aka the Unstoppable, aka the Man with the Hands, aka Man of God, aka I'm here to do this podcast, baby.
What number podcast is this, man?
This has got to be number 5.
Hey,
Number 5. I was a little bit unsure. I'm not even gonna lie.
Number 5, man. We are back. We are here. We are ready. We are prepared. For another podcast. Listen, we're in crazy times, man.
Man.
So many crazy things are happening, man. There's rioting. There's all this crazy election mess, and
it's been insane. It's been a busy later half of the year.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's just we're in October as of this recording. I think October 15th. Since I think the beginning of September, things are just continuing. Things are just ramping up, and I guess it's kind of almost expected because the elections are coming up and stuff like that. But
there's so much stuff going on, man. Things are happening. Things are happening in our personal life. Mm-hmm. I'm moving and I'm getting a new job.
My wife has been pregnant.
Yes,
we are in the 8th month. Which is super exciting. I'm excited to meet my daughter.
Yes.
Hopefully December 1st is our due date, so hopefully she comes and makes her appearance that day.
So
we got baby shower planning and all that stuff.
Yeah, we got a lot going on, man.
It's been busy.
So
it's
please
been real.
excuse us. But we're working on a lot. We actually, upgraded a lot of stuff. We have a lot more equipment, a lot of things that we put our money back into. Mm-hmm. So we're not just doing nothing. We
right.
We have our mind on the show, and it's gonna keep getting better and better. If you watch from episode 0 to episode 5, you're gonna see
it's just an evolution.
Episode.
We're evolving every time.
And I like we get to find ourselves on what exactly we want to talk about.
Right. Yeah.
How we want to mold the show.
Right.
Well, thank you everybody who's watching and
supporting, man. Yeah. We truly appreciate you guys. Like Raymond was saying, this show is constantly evolving until we hone down and pinpoint exactly what we want it to be. There's nothing wrong with experimenting with different things, which is what we've been doing. But that also kind of caused delay, right? Because we're oh, it should be this, and how do we make it that, and how do we get this equipment to make it look this way and present it this way so that we can produce and publish the best content that we could possibly produce, which is why it's been a little bit crazy.
We've definitely been blessed to be in a situation to even be here with this production and all this equipment, just to be here, have some type of platform to speak. Is a blessing. And we know that there's people who've been wanting to support.
Mm-hmm.
We know there's people who ask about, how could we support or anything like that. We do have some merch.
Wow. So even before we, so this is some big news. So yes, as my co-host Raymond just said, we are pushing out some merch that we are excited to present. And even before we present this merch, I want to let you know whose brand we're coming off of. Who's making our merch, what company is making our merch. And I'm happy to present the founder of Reapwell Apparel, my co-host, Raymond Rivera.
Thank you.
It's a big step, Raymond. Congratulations,
thank you,
right?
Thank you. I'm trying, man.
This is big for you, man.
It's big, man. I'm excited. It's finally happening. So I'm so excited to actually physically see the clothing being done.
Mm-hmm.
I just got them in, and by the time this episode comes out, you're gonna be able to go to the website.
Right. Yeah, you got a website. What's that website? What's the link to that website?
Reapwellapparel.com.
Say it one more time.
Reapwellapparel.com.
Write it down.
Reapwellapparel.com.
Write it down.
Reapwellapparel.com.
And if you didn't write it down, we'll have it post it somewhere. We'll link it on the description
We're
of
gonna
YouTube.
have a nice fancy.
We'll get you there somehow.
It's gonna be right here, actually.
Wow. Wow.
That was beautiful.
If you can make that actually happen, it's gonna look great.
I am.
But if not, no, we wanted it to be right here somewhere.
It'll happen. I'm gonna make it happen because I'm excited. I've been having this vision for Reap Well Apparel, man, for like over 6 years. It goes with Galatians 6:7. You reap what you sow.
Right. Okay. That's and that's a point. That's a gem.
I love this. I made the whole company from this because I believe this goes for everybody, everywhere. Everybody who's listening, everywhere. Whatever you do in life, that is what you're going to reap.
Right.
So whatever it is that you sow in life, that is what you're gonna reap. So you go around doing some crazy things, expect something crazy to happen in your life,
some crazy stuff,
right? But you work hard and you put in the work, you're gonna see some awesome results. And this just goes for everybody. You reap what you sow. So it's definitely a brand that I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm excited for you, bro. I mean,
man.
So what kind of clothing can we expect from Reap Well Apparel? What is like your vision going forward with the company? Tell us everything you can.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely want some dope, unique stuff. So when you go on the website, you'll see some really cool things. It's getting colder, so I want to have a lot of beanies and hoodies and sweatshirts, sweatpants and things of that nature. High quality. With my logo and I want it to be a billboard too, to say different things, just to be unashamed about different things, whether it be pro Jesus,
right?
I have a pro Jesus shirt up there. 20.
Yeah, I actually ordered myself a pro Jesus shirt. Yeah. I'm excited for that to come in.
Get it. I'm gonna have some discount. I'm gonna put the discount right here.
It's here again. How do you keep doing this?
I'll have the discount code up right there. So please check the website, reapwellapparel.com. I definitely want to have things where you can wear. You can just be unashamed. There's gonna be some designs on there that aren't on there right now that I'm gonna put.
Yeah, so stay tuned. Stay tuned if you're actually looking at the website right now and it seems like it's limited. Just stay tuned because there's more things coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, just the shirts on there with Miss the Abyss specifically, like anything Miss the Abyss related, is definitely gonna go back into this show.
Right.
So please, any support you guys for this show. By Miss the Abyss products, and it's going to go directly back into the show, because we have some other ideas that we want to bring to you. We want some good content. I love to watch podcasts.
Right. Yeah.
I love to watch interviews. But if I can have a podcast and if I can have an interview based on things that'll make my mind think,
right,
or if I can have something that'll be
push
positive,
you to be better, right?
Yeah, or push me to be better, or get me out of this mess. Sometimes. As human beings, we fall into these mental messes, man.
Yeah.
Right? So we just have like random mental messes like, why is my life like this? Why am I going through this? Like, I'm trying to find an apartment. I haven't found one yet. I got to hurry up and find one. Like, that could be very stressful. I got a family. I'm trying, but when you have good content, it just helps you feel better. That's why we like the Bible because it's just
right. That's amen.
That's our thing.
Right.
It just helps us feel better because we know we have God on our side.
We have truth in there too.
Yeah, man. There's so much truth in there, and with all this craziness going on, that's what we want to be. So we want to push you out of whatever the abyss you're in, and we're talking about this clothing line,
right.
And when it comes to this clothing line, I thought I couldn't do it. I mean, this was like I said years ago. I must have been a teenager, having ideas about clothing lines.
Right.
When I was living in my parents' house, before I was married, before anything, I just thought I couldn't do it because I was so young. So I'm like, I didn't know what to do. I would design the shirts. I would make it look nice on the computer.
Yeah.
But I never went forward with it because I figured I don't know. I'm just too young. I just didn't think I could do it, which is false. I could have done it.
Right. Yeah.
And there's people out there right now who have dreams, who have desires, who want to get things done. There's something that you want to get done in your life that you're excited about, but you're scared because you don't know what's going to happen. You're not sure if you have the funds. You're not sure if people are going to support. You're not sure if you're gonna fail.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sure if people are gonna laugh at you. You're not sure because you tried already and it hasn't happened. But sometimes it's just not the right timing.
Right.
You know, I'm 30 right now, and I'm just getting my first printed clothing right now, my first embroidery, everything, my first website. So, you know, and have this idea since I was a teenager. So, you know, give it some time.
Right.
I would say a verse that I have here was Proverbs 16:9,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which is a dope verse for me. It says, "In his heart a man plans his course, but the Lord determines his steps." You know,
Right.
so you know, I think it's important to have a plan.
Yes.
You know,
For sure.
You know,
For
how are
sure.
we gonna get anything done when we wake up and have no? I mean, I've lived like that for a long time.
Right.
You know, there's been a long period of time where I have no plans or
Right.
nothing. Like what ends up happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
You wake up with no plans. It's like,
right. What are we going after today?
all right, and you end up
We have
wasting time.
Right.
Just eating all day.
That's huge. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Playing games or whatever it is. You know.
No, that's actually like critical. That's super important. Having vision, like just legitimately having vision, and then also not being afraid to go after that vision. So as you were saying, like you had this idea, you had this vision. Now, like, you know, you said as a teenager, but you were scared because, you know, you just didn't know how things were going to turn out. You thought you were too young. You didn't know if anybody was going to support you, if anybody was going to like your clothing and stuff like that. Which I feel like, so if we just grasp that mindset for a second, this fear of the unknown, you know what I'm saying? This abyss of the unknown, name drop. The abyss of the unknown, I feel like holds people back often. There's been plenty of times in my life where I didn't pursue something because I was scared of, like, I don't know what's going to happen next, exactly. Right? So I don't know if I pursue this, will I meet rejection somewhere down the line? If I pursue this, will anybody support me? If I pursue this, will people judge me? I just don't know what's going to happen. And I think that's huge in stopping a lot of people. And I think that's something that we can all, you know, shake ourselves loose from, because that fear of the unknown will cause you to become stagnant, will cause you to lose sight of your vision. And once you lose sight of your vision, you lose motivation, you lose drive, you lose determination, all vital things to be successful in this lifetime. You know, all these things are important to be that person that you envision yourself to be. Yeah. But again, if you lost the vision for your business, if you lost the vision for the person that you want to be, if you lost the vision for that physique you've been aspiring to obtain, you know, you lose that motivation and that drive. And all because of just not knowing, right? Like, this is so weird. Like, it's something you were talking about pre-show that I want to, like, remind you of. If you guys talk about it, it's the driving analogy that you told me, which I thought was dope, and I think people should hear. So if you've been kind of like, you know, halfway listening, now it's like time to, like, just dive in a little bit deeper.
I mean, I was speaking about, you know, about getting over fear or getting over the unknown. It's like when you first start to drive, right? You know, you're nervous because, you know, you're driving this vehicle, you know, you're not used to it, you know, you're afraid you're gonna hit something, or you're afraid someone's gonna hit you. You know, and you just, you know, you don't want to go on a highway or anything like that because you just don't know. You just don't know. You know, you're afraid someone's gonna just, anything could happen. Someone could hit you. You could hit somebody. Someone's crazy. Someone, you know, anything could happen.
These are legit. I mean, if you had your license for a long time, just think back to when you first got your license, like how terrifying it was to get on the highway.
You could think like that, and which how a lot of people think, and you could be scared and stay home and not go anywhere. There's people like that,
right?
There's people like that who stay home, don't drive, or who have any dream and just totally put it away,
right?
Like totally put it away, not even thinking about it, just because they're scared to death to start this, you know. But I mean, we only have one life,
right?
You know, I hate to say YOLO, but you know, but we only have one life, really. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, you know, you're gonna live your whole life not knowing. But when it comes to driving, you know, eventually you start to think like, man, you know what? Everyone's just driving. Everyone's just trying to get to the destination. You know, no one's really just trying to intentionally hurt you.
Yeah, that'd be listen, if someone's trying to intentionally crash into you, it's a crime. So
you know, I mean, people will drive reckless intentionally. People drive reckless. You know, they got to get to the destination, or, you know.
But for the most part, nobody's trying to hurt you, right?
Like no one's saying I want to hurt you. You know, for the most part, everyone's just trying to get to the destination. If you're careful, you're looking, it's all your mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
Go,
go ahead, check the side.
check,
Yeah,
check your blind spots.
like the driver instructor is right next to you. Though it's just funny as you were like
multiple times. For the most part, you're fine, and you can get out the house and get done what you have to get done and get over that fear. So you don't have to be stuck. Just wondering what to do or
and like, dude, think about that. I mean. And this is actually like some people, like this is the way some people are living right now. So if I'm talking to you, let me just bring you to this realization. Like, let me open your eyes a little bit. Imagine having a dream, having this vision, and just being scared to go after something you're just so passionate about. There's just no way to live. And that mindset is so entrapping. And right now, we just want to like shake you out of that mindset. We want to wake you up to that mindset. That if I told you I knew somebody who has this great passion, who has this wonderful idea to start this business, or has this wonderful idea for this new adventure that they want to start, but they've just been so scared to just go on because they don't know what's going to happen, you'd be like, man, I feel sorry for that guy. But examine your own life. Let's all examine our lives. Is that me right now? Like, is there something that I want to obtain that I'm too scared to go after? Is there, an application for a job that I want to put in, but I don't think I'm going to get it? I think they're going to reject me, so I'm not going to put it in. Like, no, man, shake yourself out of that, right? Like,
that's a good one. The job thing, apply anyway.
Like, you just don't know what's going to happen. And understand, like my co-host Raymond was just saying, like, with the whole driving analogy, as you continue to drive, things tend to get more simple. Like, it becomes more natural to be out there, right? It becomes more natural to be on the highway. The same way as if you continue to practice pushing yourself into the unknown and getting uncomfortable, it starts to become okay. Like, it's like you understand, I'm going to survive this. I'm going to go into the unknown and possibly get rejected or have things possibly go my way. But either way, I'm going to be okay. Yeah. Because I've done this so many times. I've done this already. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. And so if you're listening to me, and that happens to be you as you're listening to me, that having this fear of pursuing something that you're passionate about, of putting in the application, of looking for that new place to live, of, starting that new business, starting your clothing brand. Like, if that's you, I'm here to tell you, you're going to be okay. Like, pursue it. Go after it. Like, apply pressure. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do to see your passions, your dreams, your vision come to life. Because listen, I think I speak for both of us. We're rooting for you. Like, we're just rooting for you. We want to see good things happen.
Yeah, I mean, and there's no such thing as really like a failure, because even if it doesn't go the way you think it is, and you're describing it as a failure. I mean, I've tried to do clothing before, and it hasn't just worked out, but I learned from it. So now when I do, I know what not to do, or where not to go, or how not to proceed. And the way I'm doing it, the way I'm selling my clothing now is, the way I'm doing it wasn't invented when I first wanted to do clothing.
Yeah, it wasn't around, right? Like,
it wasn't around. This method that I'm using was not around back in the day. So sometimes you may have an idea, I want to start this baking company, but the way that you're going to do this baking company, the method hasn't been invented yet, maybe.
Right.
So it's not that it's not for you. It's not that this thing is not, you're not supposed to do it. Maybe the way that you're going to do it, the way that you're going to change lives, the way that you're going to accomplish this goal, it just hasn't been invented.
Right.
So maybe you have to wait like I did. I have to wait. Now the method I'm using is easier for me. Now I can get done what I have to get done and sell and have a successful clothing line. Right. So sometimes it's just a matter of waiting and just having faith that, maybe right now is not the time. But I can perfect my craft.
Right.
I didn't have to sell clothing, but I can still work on my designs.
Right.
So you can still work on your craft, true. And eventually you're going to get there.
Right. I think that's super important. We just said, like, sometimes, like, things just don't go out on the timing that we want it. But there is no reason to be discouraged in waiting, and no reason to be discouraged that it wasn't my time yet. Like you just said, it's all right to just continue to perfect your craft. Continue to just like work on it until like you have something presentable or something just perfect. And you kind of said like, oh, maybe the method wasn't invented yet. Well, maybe it's up to you to invent the method, right? Maybe it's up to you to get a little creative and think out the box. and produce that method, whatever
Yes,
it may
sir.
be. Like all of us are unique in our own person, and we have these unique lives and stuff like that. So my method might not be the same as Raymond's method. Raymond's method might not be the same as your method. So
Yep.
sometimes we can't rely on each other's method, and we have to come up with our own method. And there's nothing wrong with that. But again, it comes back to breaking out of that mindset of being scared of the unknown. We are not trying to fall into that abyss. So if you happen to be in the abyss of the unknown, right, being scared to move in the unknown,
Yep.
our hands are stretched out right now. We're trying to pull you out, like shake out of that mindset and be,
Get
be free
out.
of that right now. Because, dude, like Raymond was just saying, you're just wasting time, and time is a finite thing that we're all given. Our time will eventually run out. Time will pass on without us. But while we're here and while we have time, let's make our time useful. Let's do something that we can show evidence of, that we didn't waste time here. We did what we were passionate about, and we did what we needed to do. So it's just, something to just think about,
Yeah, and I think this topic was very important, man. So just to kind of bring it to a close.
Yeah.
If you're out there and you're hearing this,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to do something, you have an idea, you have a hobby, you have something you love to do, you wanted to start it, you don't know how to start it. I want to encourage you. You can do it. Don't be scared of how to proceed. There's people who want to help you. There's people who like to invest in you, but you have to do the work. You got to meet them halfway. So I encourage you to do what you got to do.
Yes.
To get it done.
Yes.
You can do it. You can overcome. Whatever it is you want to get done, if it's a business, if it's a ministry, if it's whatever it is, you can get it done.
Let's
You
go.
can get it done.
Let's go.
And we're gonna show you some of our clothes.
Hey, let's bring him out. Bring it out. This is our Miss the Abyss t-shirt. We have other t-shirts coming in with Miss the Abyss logo on it. But again, as
With
Raymond
the
was saying
Reap
earlier in the show, if you're trying to support the podcast, right, this is the way to support it with some Reap Well attire, Miss the Abyss clothing.
I'm gonna wear this next episode. All right, we have the dad hat.
Hey, a little drip with some Reap Well with the dad hat, showing
The
it all.
patch. With the embroidery.
Listen, this is
Come on.
This is
Come
moving
on.
in the unknown.
Come on. Listen, it's getting cold out here. All right,
Let's
Reap
go,
well.
man.
Reap well. I'm gonna put it on the screen too.
Let's go. And
Please support.
All it took was moving in that unknown.
That's it, man. Get out of the unknown. Do what you gotta do. Make it happen, and you can do it too. Thank you.
It's been Miss the Abyss.
Episode 5,
baby.
Miss the Abyss,
Catch you
and
guys
we are
on the
out
next
of here.
one. Woo! I love it. Let me get my pet bird out here.
So now